Hello and welcome. My name is Amanda, and today I have for you my itty bitty November wrap up. So, for the month of November, I only actually finished two books. I carried over a book from October and still didn't finish it in November, and then I started an audiobook in November and haven't finished it yet. So, not a lot of progress was made this month, but that's okay. I'm not feeling too bad about it, and I think everything will be okay for the month of December. So the first book I finished was an audiobook. This was The Angel's Game by Carlos Ruiz Zafón, and it's the second book in the, I think it's called the Cemetery of Lost Books series. This was a 15-hour and 23-minute audiobook that I can't remember if I listened to on Scribd or if I listened to this one from my library. But this one just continues the story, though it's actually set prior to the events that happened in the Shadow of the Wind, which is the first book in the series. So it took me a little bit to get into this, just because I didn't know exactly how the timeline added up. And I was trying to piece things together when in fact, like, I had to just shift everything to before. But I really like this book. Not so much as I liked The Shadow of the Wind, but it still had that great, like, storytelling feel to it. And I liked the main character. I think his name was David. I liked him quite a bit, but I didn't feel as connected to his story as I did Daniel's story. So because of that, I gave it a 3-star rating, though I am really interested in finishing this series. And I think it would be fun to, once I finish the series, maybe in a couple years, reread it again and just kind of see what else I can take from it. So it still takes place in Barcelona, I believe, is the city in Spain. Still kind of following a man who's a little down on his luck. He is an author, and he gets offered quite a bit of money to write this specific book for this man that nobody really knows a lot about. And as he's writing this story, he's starting to learn more about this person he's writing for and kind of unfold this mystery around him. And it's not what he thought it was at first. So just a good story overall, kind of perfect for that fall, spooky-ish time frame. The next book I read was The Forbidden Warriors by Moud Adel, and this was a book I got to read as part of a book tour that was hosted by my friend Eric over at Break Even Books. So I read this on my Kindle, and Eric and I buddy read it together, and I have actually a pretty long review that I did on this book going through the rating system I use. So I'll link that down in the description below because that's going to be a much more comprehensive review than what I'm doing right now. But basically, this is the first book in a series that kind of has similar feels to Ready Player One, The Hunger Games, and Divergent, I would say, as well. You've got this world that's divided into 4 different factions, and each faction has different magical abilities. And it's kind of an Easter egg hunt to find these artifacts and bring them back to the Forbidden City, and just kind of what that means to be the next, I don't remember what they're called at this point, but basically they're the highest powers of this world, and they rule for 250 years and just kind of maintain things, I guess. So I thought it was pretty good. I did give it a 2-star rating, which seems pretty low, but my rating system is very analytical, and a lot of this I think was just in part to, or due to the fact that Mood is still a newer indie author. I think there could have been a little bit more editing done, and honestly, I really liked everything that he was doing. I just wanted more of it. So I wanted more world building, and I wanted more depth into the characters, and just things like that. So I think I'm definitely going to get that with the next couple of books in the series. And he also has 2 prequel books to this series. One is, I can never remember. It's like the War Remnants, the War, something about a war, and the Seed. So I'm really keen to look into those and read them and just kind of get more into the world building. The book that I carried over from October is Out of Oz by Gregory Maguire. I read 212 pages at that time, and I'm only up to page 334. So that's another 112 pages, 122 pages, sorry. It's just slow going for me. This writing is so dense that I just have a really hard time getting through it. But I want to finish it. I'm not really intrigued enough to pick it up. So it's kind of on the back burner at this point. I've got a lot of readathons I'm participating in December. So I'm going to fit this in during those readathons, the weeks that I'm not doing anything. And the other book I didn't finish was A Breath of Snow and Ashes by Diane Gabaldon. With my bookmark right now, I'm at page 640 of 800 and something. Nope, this one's almost 1,000. So I'm over halfway. The total hours for this is 57 hours and 41 minutes. So I think I might have 20 something hours left. But things are going really well, just where the last one, The Fiery Cross, left off. Still finding out more about Claire and Jamie and the other characters, though we are learning about more travelers in this, which I think is really interesting. And the war is pretty much getting ready to start in this, which I think at that time was the Civil War. So it'll be exciting to finish this and get another chunker off my list. But that is pretty much it. So I read a total of 2 books for a total of, what did I say, like 122 pages there, plus 368 for the Kindle, so just under 500 pages pretty much. And then about, I didn't actually total up all of my stuff this time. So we've got probably like 45 hours, 46 hours in listening time. 1 3-star rating and 1 2-star rating. So overall a 2-point-something rating. Still not one of my best months, but definitely going to fix that going into December. So I would love to know what you've read in the month of November, if we happen to read any of the same books. If so, what were your thoughts? And if you have read any of the Wicked Years or any of the Outlander books, do let me know down in the comments below, and I will chat with you there until my next video. Bye!